I'm so blessed to have all of you here today. We're going to do some magical healing in regards to our money beliefs, asking the question, how do we earn money in the fifth dimension? And how is it different than the third dimension? And as we tap into the field, which has all the magic and has all the answers, that is going to be our discovery today. So I'm so honored to have you all. And for those of you watching the replay, thank you so much. All right, so I'm just going to lead us through just kind of arriving in the circle. We are here together. And if we can imagine that we're all in a room and we are combining our energies in the physical, but we're doing it etherical together, allowing for us to just arrive in the now and for us to be present right here, right now. And I would like to set the attention that even though the topic is money, it's really about the exchange of value and for us to be of service, not only to ourselves and to others in humanity and the reason why we came here. Money is just a resource, it's a tool, just like a knife is a tool. It is a availability for all of us to utilize. And I am really excited about seeing all the magic that will unfold throughout this session here today. So if we could just take a deep breath, we're going to take a deep breath through our hearts. Deep breath in and let it all out. And each breath we bring in the intention of opening our hearts so that we have more love in our lives, more freedom and more joy, more peace. So just gently take another deep breath and let out all the stuff that we don't necessarily need in this moment, right here, right now. And one last breath, really deep one. Oh, and let it out. Beautiful. We're really just kind of arriving right here, right now. And we're going to say some agreements. I'm going to read them out loud, and then I'd like for everybody to unmute themselves and just say, yes, I agree. The agreements are, in this circle, we fully own my participation, our choice to be here, to speak for ourselves, myself, to learn, to listen to our bodies and take care of myself and ourselves as conscious participants.
Yes.
We fully own that our participation affects and influences the group and everyone around us, as we are all connected. We are here in support of each other and this creation together. This is a sacred honor it as such, with reverence for ourselves and each other, confidentiality of what is shared and more, sharing with full consent and releasing what belongs to the field. And these beautiful agreements were first crafted by Gwendolyn Terror, my mentor, Shirley Norwood, and Linda Galvan. So thank them for. So if you'd like to unmute yourself and just say yes.
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 Yay. Whew. Okay, so we're here in the circle today. And we have a beautiful volunteer. Simone has agreed to be part of this magic today. So I'd really love for Simone to unmute herself and just kind of share with us Um, what's coming up for you in regards to money, your ability to create resources in your life? Um, how's that showing up for you? Are there any words to describe how you're feeling?
Yes. So the way that, I mean, are you asking like just for me or for what is sort of coming through with?
Yes, you're representing the third dimensional money experience right now. So um,
Hmm.
just kind of share with us what's going on with anything that comes to mind. It's not that it doesn't necessarily have to be personal. It can be your experiences that you've noticed, anything that just comes to the surface.
Okay, so if it's within the third dimension, so the money is,
And if you can speak from your heart and just drop into your body,
she's like, get to your
just
head.
bring just bring it from your emotional state. So just really talk from here, like how are you feeling, not thinking, right?
Okay. So how I'm feeling is that um I mean, in the third dimension, we have so many beliefs and so much energy around money and stories around money, and that it it's brought us into this place where we spend a lot of time noticing what we want, but also at the same time noticing what we don't have.
Mm.
And
And how are you feeling about that?
how am I feeling about that? So I'm feeling that it's time to let that go. I'm feeling that um, it's time to move. I'm feeling that it's just time to listen to your soul. It's time for us to just trust that money itself and what we feel or what we think about money is not at all what we've been taught. That we have to be open to trust that money is money is energy. It is the energy of exchange. Money is a beautiful tool that can help us to expand and grow and all of those incredible things. But that, and many of us know this in our head, but in our heart, uh, I feel that money is actually incredibly beautiful and that it is just an extension of our power. And so money shows up as an extension of your power. And I feel like as we are rising and as we are moving forward and as we are ascending into the awareness of infinite possibility around money and wealth on different levels, um, we're now going from being in our head into a place where money, success, wealth, fortune, all of that is a frequency that comes from our soul. It's not the thing that we have thought it has been all this time. It's not what we have been conditioned to think it is. And it's not what I feel really strongly is that we as humans have put so much of our own identity around how much we have in our bank or our value, our worth, our worthiness is tied into money. And when I said money is an extension of your power, money is an extension of the current power that you are in, but you have infinite power available to you. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Okay, so I just gonna invite you to just breathe that in. Mm. And then for those of you that are feeling anything, and would like to share in the chat. Really appreciate anything that's coming up for you from your emotions, which are feeling words. Maybe even something that's happening with your body. Maybe somebody said that they had a headache before. Is it relieving or is it getting worse? Do you have any kind of tension in your heart as Simone was talking? Anything that comes up for you that really helps all of us to collectively shift, right? So there's no judgment. There's everything is fair game here, because it helps for all of us to continually build and to move whatever's in the way of us being able to access all the resources, and moving from perhaps what we felt in the third dimension versus the fifth dimension.
Can I just say that right now, like while you were talking, I really was feeling a really intense, almost a heaviness. I'm feeling it right now in my heart. And so in this collective room, in this space right now, when Johanna was asking about how does this make you feel, or where do you, I can feel that so much of it is being held in the hearts of the people in this room right now. And so just really feel into that and notice that, so that, like Johanna said, you can let that go. If you want to just focus on the sensation, get out of the story of it and just go into your heart space and just notice it, because your body is always telling you what's up. Your body always knows the truth.
Yeah, for sure. We have some comments here. Linda's headache was worse during what Simone said, but saying but better now, still there. Kimberly says gratitude, ease, celebration, love. Dina says felt a sense of lack, as though it's more of a struggle to earn money from the majority, like a heavy chore. Kimberly says deep waters of flow, like the flow that is with the undercurrents of the ocean. Cookie says felt so much sense of energy, but released it. It was dense. Mm-hmm. I would love to invite Dina, if you would be available to represent today. Yeah, unmute yourself. All right, perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm gonna put those. I'm gonna pin. All right. Dina, would you be available to represent lack?
Sure.
If you'd like to change your name, rename yourself. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just repeat after me. I am your name, and then I'm representing lack.
Okay. I am Dina, and I am representing lack.
Beautiful. Anybody have any comments or anything that came up for them as Dina came into the room, the circle? You can put it in the chat. And Simone, how did you feel when lack entered?
So interesting.
Mm.
I felt in just like a flatness. I don't know. It was just a momentary feeling. So when lack entered the space, it's just familiar.
Mm.
And for so many people, very familiar.
Mm. Lindy said familiar and heavy. Ashley says she felt that too. Mm.
Yeah, for me, I felt a heaviness in my heart.
Yeah.
And then I felt like the whole the whole planet was basically just dumped on my shoulders. I actually like physically slumped in my chair.
Wow.
And what I heard, so that was the feeling, but what I heard was, oh shit, not that again.
Mm.
Oh. Hmm. Helen said, or Keki says, I felt triggered and anxious. Ghibli says, lack, like clogged drain, wanting to be released. Exactly, right? Helen said, it made me feel super sad, almost brought me to tears. Hmm.
A
How's
lot
lack feeling?
of energy around that. Holy shit.
Yeah, go ahead, Simone, if you want. Or,
Oh no, I just had a lot of energy around that. Like I could just feel so much energy around that. And again, physically really heavy in my heart here. So
yeah, how's lack feeling?
Sad, despair, as though it's a common thread weaved within the collective. And it's a struggle to actually release this lack. Um, Indoctrinated. I just keep getting that word. It's as though it is that programmed indoctrination of the majority of the collective in the 3D. It's just the way for, and I'm seeing, like our globe and our Earth, and interesting so from like a God's eye view of the planet Earth, and it's like this teary, down, depressed, suppressed emotion of the majority, and it's that oh, it's just that underlying understood, um, it's just going to be a struggle, and that's just the way it is. Mentality of that. Yeah.
How are you?
Whew. So how does Simone feel?
as Lack was speaking, I felt again very much like I love how she said that it has been like woven into the collective in such a way that has been through indoctrination. It's not real. And the way that I feel as the 3D collective is just that it's like we see it, we desire it, it's there in this 3D consciousness. It's at the gate, but we don't know how to open the gate. And so we feel fear around it. And it's very easy to go into the lack because the lack has been the evidence for so long. And then we begin to feel like, a sadness around that.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask you a question, Simone. If there was a really big belief that was coming through you right now, what would it be in regards to lack of resources?
It's interesting because I'm like so
It's okay. That's exactly why you're here.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
for me, the belief, I mean, my belief is very different than the collective belief. You know?
Yes. But what would it be? It would be a negative belief, but what would it, the largest one that you think that's coming through?
I'm not worthy.
I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy.
Woo. Let's just feel that. I'm not worthy. How did lack respond to that?
It was for lack, which it was like a comfort, because that's the comfort zone of lack. Not that it's the chosen. Well, it's chosen because that's what's known. So that's the default. But it's that sad comfort, because it's always the struggle that's not for me. Therefore, I'm not worthy and deserving to be in my divine right. And yeah, it's a sad because it's familiar and it's that comfort zone. Mhm.
I love that.
And to like release from that, out of the lack, a lot. Lack is feeling that, whoa, so much has to change, or the belief that so much has to change, right? Like it's like, oh, I can't. Oh, maybe there's this this anticipation of, well, but then, oh no, lack backs up a little bit. I'm feeling like I want to move forward, but then I have to, back up and continue that struggle, that power struggle within, because it's not necessarily true, but I don't know how to live out of that. But then again, I don't know if I'm allowed. It's that control. Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
I literally just did a woo, just so you know, by myself.
What happened?
I said to myself, which I was on mute, but I just said, woo, because, whoo, like serious. That was amazing. And so on point. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love, anybody want to represent, please put it in the chat for me. There's someone we need to get deeper into this a little bit more. Anybody? Volunteer? Jamanian. Okay, perfect. We're gonna bring you on. If you would like to unmute yourself and just say, I am your name and I am representing control.
I am Jumana and I'm representing control. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're all feeling what you just said.
Yeah.
And part of lack feels relieved for the control. Part of lack, I felt a sense of, okay, it's like a safety thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
Lindy's coming in. Get this juicy stuff come. Lindy, if you'd like to Where are you? Let me go find you. There you are. We're going to add you. And then Lindy, if you'd like to unmute yourself and say, I am your name, and then I am representing. Well, oh, I just had it. Who are you representing? Oh my goodness. It just, safety.
I am Lindy and I'm representing safety. How did that feel?
How did it feel for you?
It felt scary, but powerful
Okay,
and calming.
got it.
Mhm.
So, Lack, how do you respond to that?
This the safety, because don't have to face or change, even though part of lack is lack, because without the opposite of lack won't exist. So there's that duality happening. And then the safety and the control are very similar, they're very similar energetic there for lack.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that maybe there's a possibility where, with a lot of support, lack would be able to experience what's not lack. But there's a lot of fear there to move about, because that would mean, changes, and if lack is comfortable with that control only because of the unknown, and not being aware of anything different, because it's pretty heavy. Yeah.
Come on, or control. Should we? How are you feeling?
I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous, and I think part of it is because the ego thrives on the idea of lack of security, of safety, because that's where that's what increases its control.
Yeah.
So it doesn't serve the safety doesn't serve the ego's purpose, even though supposedly the ego is supposed to keep us safe.
Woo! Anybody in the audience getting any reaction, things that you want to bring up to our awareness? Jess says it feels sad, rejection, not sure of money or self-worth. Sharon said earlier her throat feels like it's closing, very dry. And then money in the 3D, Simone, how are you feeling about all of this?
I was actually physically feeling really heavy in my chest, and I loved what control had to say. I just felt so aligned with that, with how our ego wants us to, be in control, to play safe and safe. But I feel like sometimes safety, oh, you can move that. I feel like sometimes safety, or what we perceive as safety, is not real. We perceive being in control as being safe and playing it safe. And I feel like so many of us are trying to be in control all the time, trying to figure it out, trying to be safe, trying to do the right thing. And it's just separating us from safety. It's separating us from, like, control is the opposite of trust. You know,
Wow. When control was talking, I kept hearing, because the safety is false. It's a false sense of safety for the ego. It isn't real. So you just confirmed that for me in a huge way of the information that I'm getting. But yeah, I felt totally disconnected from control when she was speaking. It's powerful.
Were you totally disconnected in the sense of repelling, or are you just
No, it was just a separateness. It was just separate, and it was like, that's not where I'm at, where the safety really is at, is not in control, and it's not in ego. That the safety you're feeling with those is a false sense of safety. It's not based in trust or your own power, which all creates a sense of lack.
Right. Sharon says her hands are pretty tightly agitated, fidgety when control came to my hands clasped together tightly. Kaki says, I feel like I'm tired of the struggle to control everything.
Mhm.
Kimberly says control. Jess says, I feel that knot in your throat right before you want to cry. Kaki's thin. She feels tired.
Lack is very tired and just like drained out. Lack is very tired, and there's part of lack that keeps repeating, but I am important.
Oh, you're important. Tell us why you're important.
Yeah, lack is tired of the lack and the struggle. As safety was talking, there was this realization, and the realization is, well, if that's not true, and if the ego is a false premise, around the ego, and it's the control and the safety, there was just that feeling that, oh, maybe there's a little bit of sense and wondering about other possibilities, trying to be brave. I also feel like there's tired, but willing to show some braveness, but it's scary as hell. It's very scary. Yeah. But if that's not true, there's a sense of hope, and perhaps there's other possibilities than only this lack that is just heavy and very tiresome.
Control.
I'm getting this image of basically the four of us playing piggy in the middle, where money in the 3D is on one side, lack is on the other, and safety and control are in the middle. And money is trying to throw itself to control, and we're swatting it away. We're getting in the way. It's like, no, it's almost like you can't go there.
Mm-hmm.
And can I just say that money so wants to go there? Money is so trying to come to you. Money is so frustrated. Money wants to come to you so bad. So bad.
Mm. Let's have control and safety look at each other. Isn't it fascinating when we just acknowledge that these two almost adversaries, they're like looking at each other, and all of a sudden we can feel that, hey, wait a minute. Woo! What's coming? What's coming up for both of you when you look at each other?
Well, there was a sense of friendship and knowingness, and yet I wanted to go, wait, we're not adversaries. I'm not your rival.
Okay.
For me, as soon as I looked at her, I heard almost like this childlike voice saying, like almost accusing her, like, you were never there for me.
Oh,
Wow.
and I'm trying to convince you I'm not your enemy.
Mm.
And it's not, I don't feel it as an enemy. I just, it feels to me like I've wanted you so much, like throughout my life, but you were never there for me. It's almost like this, like you abandoned me, basically.
There's an emptiness.
So it doesn't come from being enemies. It actually comes from actually wanting to, like, wanting us to join, wanting us to be together.
That's powerful. There is an emptiness between us. There is a space.
Mm-hmm. The more that lack hears, I'm feeling, I don't know where it's something is inspiring lack. But I'm at the same time, I'm feeling resentment because the control is having power in lack's perspective, has the control over the money. And so there's some resentment of the control and the power over the money, which keeps lack where lack is. And the safety is just thrown in there. So lack continues to maintain lack for the control. And at the same time, lack is realizing that there are more inner desires and wants in his not wants, but that is hopeful That's what it is. It's more of like this belly thing going on, more hopeful that there's some movement coming. There's some movement. So lack needs some support is what's happening, because it's still the same suppression.
Perfect.
Once
Control. What do you think? What do you feel like control needs to be able to let kind of relinquish, soften?
For control to soften?
Yeah.
Safety. A sense of safety.
And ironically, safety is just me knocking on your door.
And I think this is where the ego comes in again. Like control is so mad at safety for not being there when it was needed, that it's almost like I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face type thing, or the other way around. But it's like, I want safety, but I'm so mad at you for not being there.
Is it a perception that it wasn't there because it was false with the ego?
I'm gonna interrupt here. I'd love for safety to look at control, and for safety to say out loud, "I see you."
I see you. I honor you.
What happened right there with control?
Actually, when you said "I see you," the first thing I heard is, well, it's about time. And then when safety said, "I honor you," then it was the softening, and it's like, thank you, finally.
I got teary. I got really teary
too.
with that.
Me too.
And
Very powerful.
How did lack respond to that?
Lack is not knowing if lack even knows enough to ask questions about what type of control. Is this a personal control over money, or lack is looking at control more like global control, like sets the rules and the dogma, and that's the type of control that lack is viewing or seeing in control.
Absolutely. It works on
it's more
levels.
Yeah, that's how lack is viewing the control.
Absolutely.
Right. And the more that lack listens and learns with support and trying to be brave and understand, lack is feeling more hopeful and understanding safety. And there's something about the flow. Still trying to put my finger on that one.
Yeah, that's definitely here.
Yeah.
Money.
Yes. Money is excited. Money is excited because money just wants to come to you. Money just wants control to just surrender to safety and just know that it's okay to surrender to the safety. And it's safe for control to do that. And it's safe for lack to be okay with lack. It's okay for lack to say, okay, I'm okay And it's possible that I could surrender to safety too. Money just wants to go where it's desired. Money just wants to go where it's loved. Think of money as a woman, right? Money, she just wants to go where you love her and where you desire her and where you're going to honor her and where you're going to respect her. And when you try to control her, you push her away. And when you focus on lack, money is like, hi, I'm over here. Money is like, hi, I'm here. But lack is too busy going, no. I feel like lack is like Eeyore. That kind of, yeah. And money is like,
Lack doesn't feel deserving to have your money because I'm just in the trenches, Eeyore lack.
mhm.
Lack doesn't, yeah.
Money will always go where it's desired. Money wants to go where it's desired, not where it's needed.
I'd love for control to look at safety and say, I see you.
I see you.
Safety felt acknowledged. And it was kind of a finally, it was like acknowledged.
That feels so much lighter.
Yeah.
Lack wants a makeover.
Yeah, lack's being patient right back there. Control, can you say out loud to safety, I made myself bigger than you.
Mhm.
I made myself bigger than you.
And that's okay. Because acknowledging that allows me in.
Will you stay though?
It has to be maintained.
I'm gonna bring in Sharon if you're available. Perfect. Sharon, if you could just say your name and then I'm representing trust.
I'm Sharon. I am representing trust.
Woo! How did that feel? Anybody have anything they want to say?
I feel like I took the globe off my shoulders and handed it to her.
And I was like, yay, trust is here.
Yay, trust.
And lack felt deception and not sure if the trust
The lack doesn't trust.
Lack is like trust the control. Oh, okay, that's what I've been doing all this time. Like, yeah, like whose trust, you know? Like, is it that everyone is to trust control more.
Yeah. Trust, if you could look at lack and say, I'm here now.
I'm here now.
I want to be hopeful more. I want that. Yeah.
If safety can look at lack and say, I'm here now.
I'm here now.
Mm-hmm. Feel a little more.
Lack is so good.
I'm like,
I'm here now.
we're all here now. I love it. I love it. I love it. So is trust and safety going to join and limit control? Is that a shift? Lack's probably thinking that'd be a good one. Because of
Yeah, so I'm going to do something here because what's fascinating here is that, yeah, something else is playing out. Okay, Ashley or Jess? Jess said she would represent. Yes, perfect. We're going to add you to the mix. Yeah, I agree with you, Jess. However, I'm gonna label you something different, just because it's in the mix. So, Jess, if you could just unmute yourself and then say your name, and then I'm representing choice.
I'm Jessica, I'm representing choice. Jessica. Ashley.
So, how's lack doing now?
Lack wants to know more about choice.
It's like, who is this?
Okay, choice. There's still a little power within lack to make a decision in choice. Where trust is the same energy from lack's perspective. Trust, the control, the ongoing on and on. Where now choice brings in a whole new, I feel like, woo, things just got wider. Yeah, nice move.
So I'm gonna have lack look at choice and choice to say, I'm here now.
I'm here now.
And say it again for us. Really, really kind of just anchor in that energy because it's really powerful.
I am here now.
Whoa, did everybody feel that?
Yeah.
I am here now. Amanda says goosebumps. How's lack feeling about that?
Funny you should ask. Lack has a sense of excitement because she's beginning to like choices the more she learns. But there's a question, there's this energy behind it, and lack is questioning, who does choice represent? Like choice Who has the choices? And choice of what?
Choice, you want to respond to that?
Yeah. So immediately when you said that, I feel like whichever side you choose, what do you choose? That's your choice. I'm
Mhm.
here to support you in your choice. It's your choice.
Mhm. Some relief. Yep, some relief. More hope building.
Control, do you have any response, anything that's coming up with you?
Yes. Earlier, when Money was saying that to control, to just basically surrender, Control replied with, I don't know how. Like control is all I know. And when Lack was saying, is our trust and safety going to basically cancel out control, my response was, well, I don't want control. If trust and safety are here, I don't want control. It's like it's almost like this job that I was forced to take on because nobody else would do it.
And can I ask you this? You're an important role, correct?
Yes.
You're important to
Yes.
have within the structure. So you actually hold the structure up. You hold boundaries, and you're very vital. However, when you've got an overabundance and lack of safety, then it's imbalance.
Exactly.
Exactly. There you go.
Because when I don't have trust, and when I have lack, and I don't have trust, and I don't have safety, I feel like my only choice is to actually control everything.
Exactly.
Literally, I don't have another option.
I think that's the summary of today's illumination, is that when we're when we don't feel safe and we don't trust, we go immediately to try and control everything.
Exactly.
And we don't realize we have a choice to trust the process, to surrender to the process. Beautiful. Yes. Well, yeah, but I think choice represents so many different things. I use the word choice because I think ultimately it sort of opens things up. But choice represents the surrender, to the allowing, to letting go, right? Yeah. Yes, trust.
What was coming up for me from the get-go was this very sovereign energy. And just a second ago, this image of like Glenda the Good Witch was coming. And I was feeling choice was like this. I was really happy when choice came by. There was an ally to trust, and control felt, before you started acknowledging like the whole texture of control and where it was coming from, that it was like this growth or something that was occurring out of fear. But trust loves that there needs to be some control. Like that's this masculine structure part that creates the safety.
Yes, exactly. It's like the masculine and the feminine, right? So we have to have the control. We have to have the boundaries to the river. We have to have the boundaries to the house, the structure, and then safety comes in and just is allowed to play within that structure. But if they're out of balance with each other, there's no play. So good. I love that. How's Lack doing?
Lack wants and needs the trust to feel safe.
I actually think I'm going to do something different here, but I hear what you said. Ashley, are you open to representing? She's like, you can say no, it's okay.
I feel like I would do it bad.
No, you won't do it bad, I promise. There's nothing to do, just tell us your feelings. But you can pass.
Okay.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Okay. Here she is. Beautiful Ashley. And if you could just say your name, and then I'd like for you to say that you are representing flow and abundance.
Wow, because that's exactly how I've been feeling lately. I just had that thought today as I was driving in the car. My name is Ashley, and I'm representing flow and abundance.
Yay! Ashley's here. No, but what I want you to note what is absolutely magical and precious about this whole this whole interaction tonight is that every single word, every single thing that people say is so intricate to the overall picture. And then Ashley says, I feel like I might do it wrong. She might do flow and abundance wrong.
Which is also what I was thinking today. And I know.
No, so speak.
I was thinking that today, and it's funny because like I was in this class with like one of Abby's classes on intuition, and she noticed that I was a little stressed, and I was in the class and I had to leave out for a meeting, and she was like, Ashley, like you're deserving, so just receive. Don't be in the stress of basically thinking that I'm not deserving or that the flow is going to end or whatever is going to end. Just be in receiving. Realize it's a flow now. It's changed. It's shifted.
Exactly, right?
So basically trust.
Yes.
And when I decide, and then with deciding to trust and to let go of control, that's when more flow comes and the abundance comes. Even better than what I could have planned.
Safety keeps wanting to say, because I'm here now. I am here now.
Money is very excited.
Yes. And Lack is thrilled and ready to take the Lack mask off, changing the persona, because I think deep down inside, she was looking for some flow, but not even understanding what it was. Mm-hmm.
I'd love for us to come to our completion, but before we go, I'd love for Lack to change her name. What would Lack transform to? Anybody got any words that we really want to call in?
I got hope, but
Hope.
I got prosperity.
Fair. I got
You got purity.
hope, prosperity.
I was thinking joy because she's happy. She's no longer in lack.
Courage.
Yeah.
I like courage too.
Courage is good.
I think everyone's
Abundancia.
running the courage path. There's not, there's something else.
Yeah.
Strength.
Willing. Willingness.
Receive.
Receiving.
That's it, isn't it? Receive.
Kind of like a receive because it's a new.
Yeah.
It's a renewal. It's a
Wow.
birth. A renewal.
Hills.
Mhm. So what is it?
I would make a statement. Something like I am delightfully receiving with ease and joy.
I am lack. And I am delightfully receiving with ease and joy.
What do you think that you could move to? What's the highest version of the lack?
Of lack, right? The highest of lack would be prosperity.
Prosperity.
Well, I feel like that would be the polar opposite. I feel like
Yeah.
if we're in lack, the highest level of lack would be the ability to have the courage to reach for more.
Mhm.
Because there's lack, and then there's not enough, and then there's the
Ooh, enough.
there's no
Enough.
there's not enough is lack is not enough, but then what if there's more? It's very, very close, but very, very far, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So lack
Mhm.
to like
Mhm.
that
How about I'm worthy of enough?
Surplus.
Enough.
Worthiness. Enough. Enough.
Yeah.
How about understanding?
Understanding. Yeah, that's a good one.
Limitless comes to mind.
Allow. Yeah.
Yeah, limitless. Wow. Okay.
Soul.
Mhm.
How about I am love?
Right, because we started with the question, how is money made? What was the question? How do we earn money in 5D?
Yeah.
And then when you ask that, I just got these little snippets. How do we earn money in 5D? With ease and grace, with love and compassion, with a focus on humanity and life, with freedom, connection, and collaboration.
And with free will and choice.
Free will and choice.
When choice came in for me, that is free will. And
Mhm.
God gave us free will to choose and to decide. And we often we hold on to, well, we think we don't have a choice, but we always have a choice. So I loved choice. I thought that was so powerful. And lack has a choice. Lack has a choice.
And
So it's
choice.
empowerment.
Sorry.
Choose to be enough.
Mhm.
But with believing enough, you also have the love to have self-love, to have love that you of yourself to believe you deserve the best, to receive the best, and that you're allowing yourself to, because you finally love yourself enough to be able to.
Render.
I love that. I am love. If you could just really kind of say that out loud.
Once was lack, I am love.
Yay!
We are love, compassion and collaboration. We love, love, love.
Oh my goodness, ladies. Amazing. Thank you so much. If there anything last minute, I want to close in 8 minutes, and we're going to do a little closing ceremony, and we can definitely, I can hang out and talk afterwards, but anything that you'd like to say that you feel is really important to close the circle before we go?
I felt like once I really started to love myself and actually believe that and wholeheartedly feel that, that's when the flow and abundance came. But it came with having to let all of the lack, making the choice to love, letting go of the control, believing that I'm safe, and believing that all is abundance is possible. Money is possible for me. Flow is possible for me. Trust is possible for me. Surrender is possible for me. Love is possible for me.
Love is you. Love is you. Right. You are worthy and you were born worthy, and that's it.
And she thought you could do it wrong. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Oh, flow and abundance.
Jenna, when I PM'd you and I was like, oh, I felt like I was manifesting abundance. So I was manifesting Ashley in here because I got when I saw her. I have no idea. I PM'd Joanna and like I literally said that we needed abundance, which was you.
But we couldn't go to abundance without the choice.
Yeah, exactly.
We had to consciously make the choice, because we can create, control, be in all kinds of stuff, right? And we can dismiss safety, and we can ignore trust. But if as soon as we make that choice, we can embrace all of it.
And can I just say that for all of these different aspects of all of us, is not to try to shut it out or push it away, but to acknowledge and love every single aspect of us and just allow it and just love it, just to love it, really. That's it. That's it. When you say I'm feeling lack right now, I'm feeling lack and I love that.
Exactly.
Love it. And it changes everything.
It does.
Money really likes that.
Yay! Oh, I'm so honored to have played with you tonight. I'm Johanna, and I'll be doing more and more circles every week, so definitely join us in energyhealingcircles.com. You can sign up and get the schedule. But for those of you who are watching the replay, thank you so much. Let's just bow to our fellow representatives and let's step out. If you want to physically step out or energetically step out of your representative, your representation, remember it's not personal, it was collective. We tap into the field and we really embrace all the magic that was shown and heard and seen tonight. And you can just change your name and say, hey, I'm back, I'm here, and say your name out loud. And there you go. Thank you so much for participating. And I'm going to turn off the recording, but I hope to see you the next time around.